Hi guys, welcome back to Bible Time with Mrs. Barr. Today we are looking at Acts chapter 16 verses 1 through 5. Let's just dive right in. The title for this section is Timothy Joins Paul and Silas. Paul came to Derbe and then to Lystra, where a disciple named Timothy lived, whose mother was Jewish and a believer, but whose father was Greek. The believers at Lystra and Iconium spoke well of him. Paul wanted to take him along on the journey, so he circumcised him because of the Jews who lived in that area, for they all knew that his father was a Greek. As they traveled from town to town, they delivered the decisions reached by the apostles and elders in Jerusalem for the people to obey. So the churches were strengthened in the faith and grew daily in numbers. So that is Acts chapter 16, verses 1 through 5. So Paul is traveling, and then he came to Lystra, where he met a disciple, a follower of Jesus named Timothy, who had an interesting situation where he could reach out to more people because his mother was Jewish and a believer, but his dad was Greek, so he didn't have a limiting situation of, oh, well, you can just go and talk to these certain people. But because of the situation and because it could cause some conflict with the Jews, for them to sit there and say, well, his dad was Greek and and we don't want to listen to him, to take away some of that conflict, to take away some of those challenges and difficulties, Paul sat there and said, let's go ahead and get you circumcised so there's not this, but he's not one of us, and all these things going on. So it wasn't because he could only become a believer because he was circumcised, with being circumcised. It was so that there would be less division in this situation, so that the gospel could go forward without barriers. Kind of like when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. Like, don't go and purposely cause conflict, and if there's certain things that you can do that aren't harmful to get the gospel spread to more people, then that's a good thing. As they were traveling from town to town, people were obeying, they were listening, the church was being strengthened, people grew in their faith, and the number of believers grew as well. So this is Acts chapter 16, verse 1 through 5. We'll see you next time. Bye. God bless.